It's soothing watching the flames. Hey, is this?
Father?
Everything worked out at the hotel. They said we can hold a wedding there.
Really? That's wonderful. I'm so happy.
What's that?
A ring pillow. Your son brought it over and told me to use it in the ceremony.
I'm sorry, but it just looks so familiar to me.
Oh, you. Don't tell me you've forgotten.
Wait a second. Is it?
None other. It's the same one you used on your wedding day. See, here's your initials embroidered on it.
Well, I'll be.
It's funny. Who'd have ever guessed I'd have your wife's initials?
I'm so sorry it had to end up like this.
Please, don't say things like that. There's nothing to apologize for.
A new
Father,
What for?
for raising such a fine son.
What was that? Sounded like a voice. It was a voice.
Yeah!
Yeah! Ha! Yeah! Ha! Yeah! Ha! Yeah! Ha! Ha! Yeah! Ha! Yeah! Ha! Ha! Yeah! Ha! Ha! Yeah! Ha! Ha! Yeah! Ha! So comfy. Nice surprise.
Iced tea on a hot day. Warm cocoa for a chilly night. You always knew just what to get me. If you could pour a cup of my feelings, would you bring them to where I desire? If you could, then a drop would be enough. Just be careful not to spill any.
We got the green light, Dad. They said we're...
Is that so?
Yeah, look. They even gave me the key to the chapel.
This is okay with you?
I know the hotel staff already said they wanted to spend their last moments on their own. And I doubt we'll have any guests.
Well, I expected as much.
Trust me, it'll be fine. Just you, me, and her. The three of us is all we need.
You want me to do it?
You know how it goes. It's bad luck for the bride and groom to see each other before the wedding. It's a tradition. I'm sorry to pull this on you, but I'd really appreciate it.
All right, then.
Thanks, Dad.
You little rascal.
Where did you come from? Where are you going? I'm sure you come from someplace I don't know. Going someplace. When I was 12, I came down with a terrible fever that attacked my nervous system. I survived somehow, but lost the use of my legs. Before I was paralyzed, I'd always dreamed of becoming a prima ballerina. I loved dancing before an audience and basking in their praise. My parents would tell me my smile lit up the room, kindling the fire of pride that burned so bright in my young heart. I can't look back on this time in my life without bringing up Mal. Mal was a neighborhood boy and my best playmate. We shared our dreams, so full of hope for what the future held. Mal aspired to become a botanist.
Do you know what genes are? They're what determine the color of flowers in the nucleus of their cells. I'm going to study genetics and engineer a flower with a color like the world's never seen before.
I drew a picture that combined both of our dreams. It showed me as a beautiful woman dancing in the middle of a field of mouse flowers. His creations looked like bellflowers that were snow white by day and that glowed blue at night. I called them lantern blossoms. When the stars came out, they would light up, making the field a stage all my own. A flower that changes color depending on the time of day? When I tried to show Mel the picture I had drawn, he pursed his lips and gave a slight frown as
I admit, it sounds interesting. White by day, blue at night, was it? Maybe for the tiny window of time when the sun's going down, it could burn a dark red.
Mal had given a most wonderful addition to my idea. I considered it a present from him to me. I was so happy. My name is Akane, which means dark red in Japanese. Mal was a pushover of a boy. He was the butt of the other kids' jokes and victim to their pranks. They'd toss his glasses in the garbage or hide them in the blackboard erasers. However, I was the only one who'd get furious at them, while Mal would rejoice in the fact that they didn't break the lenses. He just wiped them clean and put them back on. The boys would think he was being cheeky and tease him all over again. But Mal refused to ever let them get to him. Mal's head was filled with facts about flowers. So the boys' taunts registered as no more than the meaningless buzz of insects. Meanwhile, I spent all my time worrying about the bullying and helping him find his glasses. We'd eat lunch together and partner up during gym class. Still, over time it became apparent that my attentions meant less and less to Mal. In fact, it was only when he talked about genetics or what determined colors in flowers that he would truly come alive, and his eyes would sparkle with excitement. As far as Mal was concerned, I was little more than a mirror for him to talk to about.
Who is that? Where are you?
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Oh, there's a key here.
I thought I told you not to come in.
I don't get it. Does this mean you're dead?
Give me a break. Why is it that you're able to see me? Well, I had no idea there was anyone left out there in the world. Persistent little guy, aren't you? Anyway, listen, my name is Sai, and you are?
My name's Seto.
Seto, huh? Where'd you get that?
Well, Grandpa gave it to me.
Your grandfather? So he survived? How strange. But I guess if he's already an old man now, a lot of time must have passed. Tell me, how's the old man doing? Still active?
He's passed away.
Oh. Hey! What do you think you're doing?
Don't worry, I was just trying to do you a favor. Your body looks so cold. Can I ask you something?
Sure, shoot.
You see, I'm looking for this girl I saw with silver hair. Have you seen her?
Don't ask me. You want a girl? Find it for yourself. You're a guy, aren't you?
Why are you following me?
Can you blame me? I'm bored out of my skull around here. I'd do anything for a good distraction. And besides, I know a lot of stuff. Maybe I could help you. Not to mention, I'm a sucker for cuties.
Huh? It's soothing watching the flames. Wow, very cool.
I was hit with the fever. The night that Mao and I had I remember bits and pieces of the dream that flooded my mind. But in the corner of every dream was the same image. It was the drawing that I had ripped to shreds. My legs in the drawing were cut off right at the ankle. Soon the dream became reality. Though the fever subsided, my legs remained paralyzed. I couldn't walk, let alone dance, ever again. I spent weeks mourning in my room. Mal came again and again to check on me, but I refused to see him. Eventually, he stopped coming at all. After a short time, I went back to school bound to a wheelchair. My line of sight was so low to the ground, it felt like I'd reverted back to a little kid. Everything I saw looked different from before. The school buildings were like gray giants that threatened to crush me. My friends were kind to me, but it felt like they were all looking down on me and sneering. I rarely lifted my head anymore. Even when I ran into Mao at school, I didn't make eye contact with him. My sickness robbed me of everything. My dream of becoming a ballerina, my smile that people used to say brightened the room, even Mao. Even though I was stuck in that wheelchair, I attended school like everyone else. With my unyielding nature, I strived hard in my studies, ate my meals with gusto, and led in my student council duties. Finally, my old smile returned, and I found a new dream. I decided I'd aim to be a world-class sports photographer. Figuring that my wheelchair couldn't stop me from taking photos, my father had bought me a camera. Of all the things I lost with my sickness, there was only one thing I couldn't get back. After that day, Mao and I remained strangers. The anger and hurt I felt from him were long gone, and yet there was less and less chance for conversation like before. I would often watch Mao tending to the flowers in the school garden from my perch at the window. After all this time, it was only now that I truly understood him. It's odd how rather than when we were close, it was by watching him from afar like this that plants are far more delicate than I used to think. If you're the least bit irresponsible and neglect their care even a little, they take a quick turn for the worse. And because they can't speak for themselves, you have to sit for hours to watch and read what they need. Do they have enough water? Good fertilizer? Any signs of sickness? Are they thriving? Mao was ever patient as he looked after his plants. If there was a sickly-looking sprout, he'd change its soil, set a splint for it, and even stay late into the night to watch over it. He'd crouch in front of the flowers that had been trampled on by thoughtless students and mull over while the other students were laughing it up and having a good time. Only Mao would have his ear tilted to the silent voices of the flowers that nobody cared to listen to.